Alright, welcome everyone to the Aussie Endurance Series. We've got the Hamilton RSL Porsche Cup Series tonight, with a bit of V8 Supercar thrown in there. We're at Mount Panorama this week, which is off the schedule, but we wanted to give the V8 Supercar guys a bit of a run, but it's just Job tonight. But I think most of the others enjoy running around here in any case. So we've just started qualifying. It's an open qualifying session, so everybody's got to be mindful of each other. If you're not on a lap, then you need to get out of the way, obviously. We've got a few of our regulars back tonight, like Blake Norman, Joe Joblin's back in the seat, Tim Hancock's back, Brendan McVicar as well. Speak of the devil, there he is. So yeah, good numbers tonight. Looking at about 16 cars minus myself. But we should start seeing some times coming through shortly. So Barry's got himself a meatball out. He might not be aware you can tow in this league. This is not a full-on league, this one. It's a development series, so you're more than welcome to tow back to pits, get reset and keep going. But it is good practice nonetheless. Alright, we're starting to get some times in. So Jamie was on top for a moment there. With a 2:09.2, pretty good time. And then John pipped him on the pole straight away, 2:08.7. There you go, Jared Eastman, 2:09.4. Dean Reddit, 2:09.3. Brendan McVicar, first time racing this car, so he's probably going to be off the pace tonight. But I'm sure he'll find it pretty quick. Jacob on a provisional pole with a 2:08.6. Another one of these Riot boys. So there's a few of them in here tonight, which is pretty cool to see. I believe their series wrapped up just recently, so a couple of them have come across to Aussie Endurance Series. It's good to see. Alright, looks like Matty's not having the best of luck so far. He's only just back in the rig as well. Probably about his third race so far, trying to get back in the feel of everything. It's definitely not easy. Right, so Jacob's still on pole, 2:08.6. Oh, I was going to say you have to trust me with the times there, but let me get them up for you real quick. Fastest lap time, there we go. We'll just do that for qualifying. There we go. Oh, I don't know if he's blinking or if I'm blinking then, so... yeah, that's Jacob blinking, unfortunately. Right, looks like John's pipped him once again. Just that little bit, 2:08.5. Elias Dugan with a 2:11.3. He's another one that I expect to do a lot quicker tonight once he gets his rhythm. There you go, Brendan's starting to find a bit of pace there, knocked 2 seconds off. Dean jumps into P2. This might explain Elias's lap time. Pushing hard. That's bound to happen. It's a pretty tight gap at the moment. Only, what's that, 0.1? Separating the top three at the moment. And then about half a second back to P4. These right boys are flying around here. There's not much left in that. Alright, looks like Dante's had a bit of a mishap. I know, Jonathan just pulling up there. Dante going wide if you can follow me. That's very common, that one. Blake Norman, what's he done? Oh, pushing hard into the fence. We need that commitment, so good on him. Hayden Smith. Just a bit wide, maybe tap the fence. And just pulling up and going to the pits. Oh, Jamie Fleming as well. All the action's happening. No, just pulling up. Alright, back to live. Alright, so John in the pits, currently on the pole with a 208.5. Followed by Dean, who's still out there pushing hard. 208.6. See if he can better his time this lap. And he does, 207.9. So now we're getting into the Tim Hancock range. He was doing 207s in practice. Oh, Brennan's had a mishap. I know he's just pulled up there. That's what we just saw. Oh, so much coming up. We've got Jared pulling up. Jacob. Just pulling up. Dean. Also just pulling up. Okay, sweet. Alright, so Dean is our provisional pole at the moment with a 207.9. Followed by Jacob with 208.2, so only 3/10. And that looks like the end of the session there now. John in P3, 208.5. Oh, Jacob snuck up now. I didn't realise he snuck in there. Jamie with a 209.2. Jared right there as well, 209.2. Brendan McVicker in his P6, 210.8. Ilias Dugan, 211.3. Blake Norman, 212.2. And Vasco, our one lonely Californian driver out here. Ooh, in a Red Bull rig. Not ideal. So Joe doesn't look like he's setting a lap. And Tim hasn't. Don tried. John McHenry. Yeah, quite a few guys haven't set laps. So Sean Memler, Matty Shanahan, Grant Patillo, Barry Punter, and Hayden Smith. Interesting. All right. So it should be everyone. Just let me clear off my incidents, just to make sure they're not anything to take note of. We got Vasco. Ah, he's just pulling up. All right, cool. Back to live. So yeah, welcome in the chat, everyone. We do have live chat, so if you do want to say, hey, you're welcome. If you've got any questions to ask, shoot away. While that's happening, I'm going to get up I'm going to grab a link to our channel. So we are the Aussie Endurance Series. We are a development league. So we try to cater for all the new beginners out there. And also some experienced people. We've got some aliens in here. If you want to get involved, that's our Discord link. Otherwise, you just search for iRacing number 11090, and that'll get you in the league. All right, let's see what happens here. These just cars pulling up. So that should be the end of it. Just to see more cars on track. No, that's everyone. Ooh, Jacob's blinking out a fair bit there. And a bit of a shameless plug as well. We've got our Anzac Day special event coming up on April 27. So if you are looking for an event that day. It's a full day event with a big practice session and a 2.5 hour race, and then another practice and another 2.5 hour race. So it's going to take the whole day. And it's in a club style cars, all your street style cars, so all your rookie sort of stuff. We're throwing TCRs in there, so you've got your Hondas and your Civics and all that. And then we're throwing in a Cadillac to get your V8 and the WX and the Fiesta. So a couple of rallycross cars in there set up for the road. Should be a bit of fun. All right, here we go. So Joe will be out front. I wonder if he might not grid.
All right, everyone. Good job there in qualifying. Remember, there is a pit stop for fuel. Turn your tyres off unless you've absolutely killed them. Otherwise, you'll spend a bit more time in the pits. Too fast repair, so use them wisely. Any major incidents, call them out to race control. If we need a safety car, we will deploy it. Good luck, give everyone some space, and have fun.
All right, so from our end, we'll do. It's got to keep an eye on the action for now, but we'll also got to keep an ear out for safety car.
I use the launch control.
Don't mind that noise in the background. All right, there, everyone's gridding up. Okay, we want Dean at the front here. About 15 seconds left to grid. All right, here we go. Standing start tonight. Ready for the green. Job's in the pits. All right, and we are off. Great start to begin with. Looks like Jacob's got a great run up the inside. We're all looking clean so far. Can't see the rest of the field. Now definitely chopping and changing back behind. All right, very clean in the back. So John's having a look. 2x2, here we go around the outside. At least keeps it safe. Alright, single file now. No, we're still 2x2. Vasco getting in there with Barry behind. Alright, there we go. Single file now as everyone shakes out. Oh, someone's dropping down the order. Okay, we've had a big moment here. Brennan's towed. Alright, we'll come back to that in a second.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
Alright, let's have a quick look what happened. Whoop. Oh, what did happen there? Oh, that's a few cars involved. Let's just do that again, but from a different angle. Oh, he's got himself loose.
Billy, can you check that incident first lap, please? See if there's a safety car required.
Alright, let's get live before I forget. Alright, so Dean's out in the post.
Me, boys. Cold tyres. Pushed it too hard.
From race control, I see one car getting loose, one car tagging, one car stopping and bumping, but everyone else seems to be going. Oh, Jacob for a move. Oh, Blake's also had a moment behind. Just gonna have a quick look what happened to Blake. Getting loose in the last corner, so easy to do. Let's get back on the leaders. Alright, they're all spacing out, but Barry's making a move here. Having a look up Vasco. All a 2x2 is a touch. It's all fair for now. Alright, looking at Hayden Smith chasing down Tim Hancock. So Tim started from behind the qualifying pack. So he'll just be working his way through. Jacob's making a move. Oh, he's off track. Oh no, Jacob getting all kinds of loose here. Can he pull it up? He does. My timing's doing some weird stuff because it's saying that he's in the pits. Oh, there we go. Alright, got a nice little battle going on here. We've got Hayden having a look on Tim. Tim's a bit boxed in here, stuck behind Jamie. Can they pull it up? Oh, Tim's very deep. No, he's got it. Grant's also having a look here. A little bit of a bump on Vasco, but they're going alright. They're still going hard at it at the front here. I think Jamie ended up the worst for that one. It's all happening at the moment. So I'll stick with these guys at the moment. Okay, see Jacob's blinking out, that's what's happening. Oh, good. Alright, so we're on Jamie Fleming here. We're just going to jump forward a bit. Hayden Smith's still putting a lot of pressure on Tim here. Grant Patello seems to be just sitting behind Vasco at the moment, so we'll focus on this one for now. Let's just jump on board for the moment. So we've got Brendan's a lap car, so now they've got to try and navigate him. So they did it right there. Brendan's doing what he does need to do to get out of the way. It's a very tricky spot, especially when you get off pace, that's for sure. Alright, we'll jump back up to these boys. So back on Hayden. Grant's finally made that move on Vasco, although Vasco might have made a mistake. Alright, let's quickly have a look at what happened to Vasco. Oh no, on the outside there. And Grant did well to avoid. Oh no, he didn't. There we go, in the toe. Alright, let's get back on this battle. So the mountain bites, that's for sure. Alright, so Hayden's just keeping Tim in his stride at the moment. Fastest lap is to Hayden Smith with a 2:08.9. We'll see if Tim can increase that pace now, or if Dean and that can get ahead. Grant's also got himself a meatball. Let's just jump on Grant. Yeah, it hasn't had an incident, so I think it's contact with Vasco, or he's bumped the wall somewhere. Alright, we'll stay on this pack for the moment. Let's see if Tim can close the gap. So Hayden's still at the fastest lap, 2:08.0. Don Pittman's dropping down the order. No, Grant's dropping down the order. There's lots of stuff happening everywhere at the moment. Alright, so Tim's catching John pretty quick now. That's 3-car train here. Oh, looks like Jamie's had a mistake too. Let's have a quick gander at that one. Oh, yeah. Good save though. Really good save. Well done. Let's get back on this pack. Oh, John looked a bit loose then. This team is set up and prime. Let's jump on Hayden's car. John's trying to play defensive, which is all fair. But now Tim's alongside, he's got to give room. So John checked out that one pretty well. Maybe he wasn't too sure of his braking capacity there. John McHenry's also got a good run here. Up this inside of, is that Jacob? No, that's Jared. Having a good battle with Jared Eastman, 2x2. That's good to see. Jared will try and set up the over-under here, maybe not. John McHenry makes a good pass up the inside. Jared thinks better of it. Says, you know what, buddy, you can go ahead. You can just tow me along. Alright, these guys are still going at it. So Hayden Stone stuck to Tim's rear bumper there. Tim's already up with the P2, now chasing down Dean. He's only 1.2 seconds up the road. So this is the battle for the lead at the moment. Oh, Jared Eastman's had a mistake. There shouldn't be any passing opportunities here, so let's have a real quick look what happened to Jared. Oh, a little bit wide. Oh, unlucky. Alright, let's get back on this battle. They are nose to tail, line astern. Can Tim pull anything out here, get the run? Probably will. Should get a nice little toe in here. Step out. Where's Hayden behind? No. Alright, Tim's got the lead now, but he's got to make the clean pass. He's done it. Tim is in the lead. Can everyone pull it up? Hayden's very deep. Looks like they got it though. And then once again, Dean checks out. And Dean's now under pressure from John. It's all happening. Excuse me, it's all happening. Tim Hancock with the fastest lap of the race, 2:07.4. He is absolutely flying. And he dragged along Hayden Smith with him by the looks of it. That's cool. Hey Nathan. Ah, unlucky mate. You're welcome to jump in the booth with me if you want. Just let me know, I can drag you into the channel. Oh, Sean's just had a moment. Ah, last corner bit him. Alright, let's go and have a quick look. Came in pretty well. Oh, a little bit too much throttle. He saved it. He did really well to save that. He did a great job to save that one. Alright, the front runners look like they've all spaced out a little bit. Looks like they're all settling into the groove. Our closest battle is Sean here at the moment, behind Blake. Let's jump on board with him as we come up over the mountain. Oh, some smoke there. Oh yeah, see Jared's had a moment. Let's go and see what happened to Jared. Yeah, exactly where we saw the smoke. Pinch of a tyre. No, a bit too quick into that corner. So easy to do. Alright, let's jump back on the lead runners. So John Akers and P4 here at the moment. Sitting just behind Dean. And then you can see our front guys, Hayden Smith and Tim Hancock. Looks like Tim's going to try and pull away now. He's already pulled us out a 1.1 second gap since that last lap. With a 207.1, so he's still setting the fastest laps of the race. Hayden's trying to hang on to that toe the best that he can. 1.0, he's still got the toe, so if he can keep that toe, he'll keep up the pace. But once he loses that, he'll probably drop off the back of Tim. Will we see Tim pull a 206 this race? Oh, Vasco's had a moment. Let's go and have a quick look. Last corner. Bites again. Oh, he just bumps the wall. Otherwise, great job on that one. Jump back to our race leader, Tim Hancock. Very stylish livery tonight. The chrome blue and chrome silver. With a matte black and a pattern on that. That looks pretty cool. And how's Job going? Oh yeah, he's cutting laps. So Job started from the pits just to get out of the way of everyone. Oh, he's missing a front bumper though. Let's see if we can find out what happened there. Alright, this is a little bit earlier on. Oh, we've still got it there. And then coming in the next corner. It's a very tricky car, this one. It's very deceptive. I've got a few more incidents to quickly check. Jared Eastman. Same corner again. This corner must be a bit of his nemesis at the moment. And then Jacob. Oh, that's way too quick. Oh, that's a good job of saving it though. Very minimal damage. Great job. Alright, Elias is putting the pressure on Jacob now. So we're back live again. So Jacob might have a bit of damage here. Might have to pit in and... Oh, Elias thinks of it. Thinks better of it though. It's something we're working on in Team VJ. We're trying to work on our setups for overtakes, so we don't want to just dive in every wet chance we get. We'll take a lap or two if we need to, work out the car in front's weakness, and then make our move. Jacob's not slow, so just the damage might be pulling him back. And at least we're finding his pace as well. What's he doing now? 210.6. So, oh, there you go, Tim Hancock, 206.9. Well done. And a special mention there too, Job set the fastest lap with the V8 Supercars, 213.9. Alright, let's jump on with Jonathan here. Something's happened to Dean. Looks like he's bumped a bit of a wall there somewhere. I've got no crash come up, so it's just a wall bump. And Grant's had a big moment somewhere. In the cutting again. This is catching out a lot of drivers. I believe it's the confidence under braking. It's hard to... Oh, Jacob's made a mistake somewhere too. He's dropped off unless he's in the pits. Job, too much speed. So again, that braking confidence. Like they know they need to brake harder, but it's paranoia to brake harder because they're expecting you to lose it. But that'll come. More practice, you work out your lines. Let's jump back on the race leader. Tim did a last lap with a 206.9. 207.1. Oh, Hayden is closing the gap. 207.0. So he is finding pace. I can hear a car in a fence somewhere. There it is. What's Vasco doing there? Oh, he's going again. Let's have a quick look what happened to Vasco. Alright, T1. Yeah, bit too much throttle. Yeah, such a tricky car to drive, these ones. I really believe you got to have the higher end gear for this stuff because you got to feel a lot more. You need more weight. More weight you need in your pedals, you know, in your brake and your throttle. Because it's too easy, it's too easy. More weight in your wheel because you want to feel exactly what's happening. Jacob's dropping down the order. I'm not sure what's happening here. Oh, he's in the pit lane. That'll do it. Vasco's in the pits as well. Let's jump on board here with Hayden. You can see he's pushing hard to try and keep up with Tim. So Hayden Smith is a 4.6k driver, so he's definitely got the ability. Tim Hancock, one of our resident aliens, in the 5k. Now it's good to see we've got some good battles at this pace in our league. We're right on board now with Hayden Smith. He's trying to keep the toe. Oh, that was a moment. Oh, and he pulled it up. Wow. That was a huge moment. Alright, there's not too many other close battles on the track. You got Jamie chasing down John McHenry. He did do a faster lap that last lap, so he's working it out. It's interesting just watching Hayden maintain that gap to Tim Hancock out front. Doing pretty similar lap times. Oh, it's definitely cool to see. Well, Jacob's got himself a meatball and towing. Oh yeah, we can go and see what happened there in a second. Alright, let's have a see what happened to Jacob here. Coming down Skyline. Oh, a bit quick and sideways. Unlucky. Let's just take a moment and have a look at how easy that... Oops, if I can jump on board here. Good exit. Just that line, yeah. Didn't quite get the line right on the entry. And now he's got the tricky part of trying to get out of the way of other cars right on the racing line. And he decided to tow. So that's a smart move. Alright, back live again. So still our closest battle on track. But we'll check in with some of the other drivers. So John's sitting there 12 seconds back. So he's really dropped off in pace. Probably just cruising now. Maybe fuel saving. Dean's still sitting behind him with John McHenry. No, that's Vasco behind. I was going to say John's not right there. So that's Vasco. He's a lap down. And then you've got John McHenry in the background here. Putting down some stellar laps. He's one of our guys that we like to watch. And then Jamie Fleming is still trying to hold on to him. Ilias up in the mountain. Just coming out of the mountain now. He's up in the P7. He's down a spot, but he was one of the ones that qualified, so he's doing really well. And then behind him we've got Jared Eastman just coming down Conrod. Jared is our season host for this series. And then Don Pittman, he's doing really well, P9 at the moment. Oh, Dean's had a moment, or is Dean pitting? Not Dean's pitting, that's fine. Yep, so Don's doing well. Keeping his nose clean, and then Sean. And now it's Blake travelling. He's still right there. Everyone's still in proximity of each other. They can still see each other just up the road. That's another tricky thing about these cars, is it's so hard to not overdrive the car trying to catch the car in front. Oh, so jump back on with Hayden, and Tim and Hayden both into the fence, pushing hard. Vasco's had a big moment by the looks of it. And maybe Blake has too. We'll just check that quickly. What's happened to Blake? Oh, sideways. Up and through the quarry. And then what's Vasco? Oh, on the curbing. Pull it up. Oh, that was lucky. Right, back live. Back on the Hayden. Yeah, there's definitely a few tips and tricks we could pass on if anyone's interested. Oh no, Brendan's had a mishap. But we'll stay with this one for now, 0.4 of a second. So either Tim's dropped off. I was going to say, actually, Hayden's picked up his pace. Fastest lap last up, 206.7. Tim's on a 206.9 and Hayden's on a 206.8. So they're pushing hard. This is faster than their qualifying times. Alright, let me get up some last lap information for you guys there. There we go. So there you go, you can see their last laps there now. Yes, it's not so intrusive. Alright. So Hayden was catching up, but it looks like he's just holding on to that 0.6 gap at the moment. Alright, while they're just cruising, let's go and see what happened to Brendan.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, a little bit quick coming down through Skyline. And he holds it up. Gets it going. And then what happened to Jacob? Oh, Jacob, that's a doozy. Let's have another look at this one. Oh, yep, off on the grass. Oh, and the big whip. I don't know who that was going through, but they're absolutely lucky. Oh, right where Brendan is too. All that smoke killing my CPU. How funny. Alright. And we are back. Back live, back on Hayden. So who we got here? We've got Don Pittman at the moment holding at the front. So he doesn't have to get out of the way. The blue flag is for information only. But he could move over here now and let them through. Yep, as he does. So this is for his safety. That's it. Great job, Don. Yeah, you don't want to hold up people who are battling each other. But you also don't want to put yourself off pace if you're trying to catch up to the car in front. Oh, looks like Blake's had a moment. Let's go and quick look at that. No Griffins. Oh, lost his train of thought by the looks of it. That'll happen. Excuse me, that'll happen. You get into your GT3 line and you completely forget where you are on track. And back live here. So he's got a meatball. His car doesn't look damaged. So it must be suspension failure. Oh, left side looks pushed in. So everyone's got a fast repair, so that should be fine. Looks like Vasco's making a pass on someone. What's happened here? Oh, no, something's going on. Alright, let's not follow that one. Alright, Don in our lonely VJ livery tonight. It'd be really good if we saw a few more of these out there. This livery was made by Matt Knight. Really good looking livery. Alright, Hayden's still hanging on. He's chopped off a little bit there that time, 1.1. Alright, let's look at a few guys in the pits. Looks like Job might have had another moment. I think Sean's in the pits at the moment. Yep. So just do a quick replay of what happened to Job. His car's all nicely fixed up. Ah, last corner again. It's such a tricky corner. He did well to pull that up there. Alright, back live. A few cars in the pits now. Looks like the pit cycles are all happening. 32 minutes left in the race, so they're probably a little bit early if the tanks are capped. Otherwise they're about that halfway mark. Probably next lap we'll see the leaders come through. Although I think, here we go, Hayden's come in now, he's pulled the pin. So who's going to get the extra lap here now? John's staying out, so he's got the extra lap. John McHenry's in. Who am I seeing here? Jamie Fleming. He stayed out. That's Blake back out on track in front of him. Alright, so we're going to see lots of different numbers flicking up and changing in here. As Blake just tucks out of the way there, tucks in behind Jamie. Says, alright mate, let's go. Let's jump on with Blake here as he follows him up the hill. Well no, let's jump on Dean actually because he's making moves. Alright, so he's got the toe of teammate John. So John's just come out of pits. So the top three, Tim Hancock, John McHenry, Jamie Fleming haven't pitted yet. Hayden Smith has and come out in P4. And then Elias Dugan in P5 hasn't pitted yet. Dean is currently third of the pitters behind John. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. It's really interesting the difference in commitment you'll see between these guys. So Tim's in the pits now. He's coming in. Where's John McHenry? Just coming down the hill. So he's got a fair chunk to John McHenry, so he should be alright. Where's Hayden? Hayden's on Conrod. So pit stop times. Hayden Smith was a 45.4. How long's Tim been there? Still got about 20 seconds. Where's Hayden? Here he comes. Down the back of the hill. Tim should be moving now. There we go. John McHenry's in. So these guys all made the halfway mark. So I'm curious about this now. Where's Hayden? Oh, Tim's made a big jump here. He's out. Blake's stuck in the middle. That's the distance there. So that's Blake just up ahead, then Tim's in front of him. Alright, so everybody has pitted now. We've got Tim on an out lap. John McHenry is in P4. No, what's happened? John's dropping down. Oh, Blake's made a big moment there. Alright, let's have a quick look at that. Oh, unlucky. He did well to hold the brakes then. Oh, he wanted to back up. That's it. Alright, he had a good window there. Alright, let's jump on back on the live. Alright, some more pit stops happening. So this should be the last of it. On his out lap. Yep, so that's everyone. So everyone's made their pit stops now. So let's start going through the list. So we've got Tim Hancock in the lead with a 6-second lead at the moment over Hayden Smith. Followed by John Akers, who's got Dean right hot on his tail. So we'll hang around here for the moment. John McHenry's jumped up to P5. He's done really well. He's up 7 spots, but he didn't qualify. Tim and Hayden are both up 9 spots, both didn't qualify. And then behind John McHenry is Jamie Fleming. We'll hang on here for the moment. They still would just like to try and race around someone on the mountain. So he should get a tow. He didn't get a very good run out the exit, but he might be fuel saving. He did pit a lap earlier. Oh no, he pitted 3 laps earlier. He might have had a bit of damage. Right, yeah, so he did. He pitted 3 laps earlier, so he's got to save a fair chunk of fuel to get himself to the end. Or he's got the extra fuel and he's just costing him a bit of time. So he's just going to use John Akers here to help tow him to the end. Look at that counter steer there. Look at that counter steer. Alright, let's jump on with Brendan McVicker here. Alright, as he goes off track. Commentator's curse, always the way. Oh no, he's getting out of the way of Ilias there. Good job. Yeah, Brendan's one that'll pick this car up pretty easily and pretty comfortably, and then you'll see him mid-pack or better real quick. But it does take a little bit to get used to it and get an understanding. The brakes are very sensitive. There's a very fine sweet spot in the brakes, and either you're too under or you're too far over. It's quite a tricky one. Looks like Blake Norman's had another mishap. He's going again. Let's have a quick look what happened there. Oh, into the fence. Dushka. Oh, I love that turnaround. That was cool as shit. Let's get that again. We'll do it on board. Let's watch your steering inputs for this. Okay, you ready? So he spun. First gear and off he goes. How clever was that? Look at him go. Alright, back live again. Let's jump on Dean, who's still chasing down John. So it looks like they're all settling in at the moment. So I've got a feeling Dean is working to a number at the moment. John just ahead of him in P3. He's got to navigate Blake here at the moment. Should be no dramas. Hayden is closing the gap to just Tim Hancock. Not the last lap, but it must have been a lap before. He's closed out by nearly a second, I think. Oh no, he's starting to drop off again now, so. But it's amazing how much time you can lose just by, you know, catching half spins and all sorts. Alright, Jared's had a moment. Let's go and have a quick look at that. Oh,
Thanks,
that's
brother.
a bit risky. That's alright. Get it back. Fast repair. Keep on going. Let's get back on these guys. Not Hayden. Alright, John's gotten past. Now it's time. Whoops, Dean to get past. Blake jumps out of the way. Says, I don't want to part of this. Alright, confirmed. Jared has a meatball. So he'll need to get that back to pits. He is just up the road here at the moment. So this will be interesting to see how they navigate. Oh no, it's 25 seconds up the road. Never mind. Still got a while yet. Alright, where's Tim? He must be near the start-finish line. So what we'll do is we'll jump on board with a lap with Tim. And we'll show what a 5k driver looks like on the cockpit view. And then what we can do, we can jump on someone not as experienced. So maybe, who's down the bottom? Blake or Brendan. Just to give an idea of the difference. Using all that curve on the exit. Quick throttle application. Hitting the apex. A little bit of counter steer there. There's not much you can do about that. Looks like Jared's having a hard time. He's towing. So yeah, you can't brake as late as you can in a GT3 in these things. You definitely got to brake earlier and account for that lack of ABS because you can't really carry it too heavy into the corner. Lots of angle through there. All commitment, hitting the apexes, getting all the way to the wall, down into the grate, real close to that wall there. Nice and tight, touch that curb but don't run over the top of it, get the line right, use the gears, use the braking, slow the car up, get it tight through the dipper. This is another tricky one here if you get it wrong. If you step out that rear end, it'll cost you. Alright, that was essentially a lap with Tim. As he comes flying down Conrod. Now we come into the chase. Nice and wide, turn it in, straight line, heavy braking. So I think he's actually braking a little bit earlier than what we're seeing. It's just a bit of netcode, just makes it look a bit later. That's a lot of curb, but you need that to get the exit speed. And this is a tricky one, going to be real gentle on the throttle. Squeeze it on lightly, and off you go. Alright, well done Tim, good example. Alright, let's have a look at what happened to Jared after we saw him last. So he's crabbing. Oh yeah, he's crabbing. So he took himself off there. Loving the helmet. Lets a few cars go and then keeps going, I think. Oh, he nearly gets it back home. Gets down to the chase. What happens here? Nah, too risky. And tow. Alright, well that happens. Alright, Hayden's flying around. He's definitely dropped off in pace though. So what lap times are you doing? 2:08.3. Not seeing any damage on his car, so I dare say that's just either fuel saving, maybe to get to the end, or just getting comfortable, settling in the P2. Alright, let's jump on board with Brendan. Perfect timing, look, right into the last corner. So Brendan's only started racing this year, and credit to him because he really picked it up well. And we'll show you the difference here now between I'm going to call him a rookie driver compared to a senior driver. But Brendan is quite skilled, so this won't look as rookie as some of the rookies out there. He's got a good hit on him, Brendan. So keep an eye on track usage. All Blake's at a moment. Blake's towing. I'll have a look at that in a second. Yeah, you can hear the lack of confidence in the way that they lift off. He lifts off early just to get the car to wash off a little bit of speed before he needs to brake. Not as committed through there. Oh, I think we can tell where Blake had his moment. Yep. Right as Brendan takes the position off him. Oh, Dean's all over John McHenry. We're going to jump on this. No, John McHenry's made the position on Dean. So Dean must be fuel saving or something. Something's going on because he's got no front end. I don't see an accident for him. So what's he done, I wonder? Let's see if I can find something for Dean. Nah, in he comes. So that's unlucky. So Dean qualified on pole. And now he's in for a second pit stop to try and sort out his front end issue. Yeah, I'm not seeing what happened to Dean. Oh, here we go. This might explain it. Yep, he's got his front bar there. Oh, good save. No, it's only an off track. Yeah, I don't know what he's done, but it's not registered, so must just bump the wall somewhere and pull his car off. Alright, back live. We're going to jump on Shawnee because he's closing the gap to Grant. Yeah, Dean's dropped down to P7 at the moment, so we'll keep an eye on that. Alright, Ken Sean close the gap. What's their pace looking like? 209 and a 211. Maybe I've got this backwards. Maybe Sean's dropped down the order. Oh, Don Pittman's had an issue. Oh, and Blake as well. So we'll start with Blake. Blake's towing again. Oh no, this is the moment from before. Oh, that's a doozy. Great avoidance by whoever that was that went past. And then Don Pittman in the VJ livery. Yeah, just too much turning with a bit too much braking. So that's where some weight in your wheel is really helpful. Oh, this is risky. Let's get a different camera angle on this. Come on, one we can see. Oh, he towed. Good job. I was going to say that's going to be risky. Alright, back live on Hayden Smith. Yeah, he's starting to drop off some more. He was pushing earlier on to try and catch up to Tim, but yeah, he's definitely dropping off now. John McHenry up in the P4, setting his fastest up for 2087. He's doing really well. Very consistent, John. Not sure what that moment was there. And then John Akers as well, another one of these right cars. Is it right? I'm pretty sure it's right. So he's about half a second back at the moment. And he's also got to navigate Jared Eastman. He's got 6 seconds up the road at the moment. So Dean's rejoined in 7th. But he should have the pace to try and get a few slots back. He's only 2 seconds behind Barry at the moment. Only 15 minutes left in the race. We should see him close that gap pretty quickly. Looks like Job decided to retire as well, I just noticed. That's right, Job, it's a bloody tricky car. But we're more than happy to help you try and work it out. So he's not closing as quickly as I thought he would, so Barry Partner must be pretty quick. What pace was he doing? 2:10s? We'll quickly have another quick look at what's happened to Dante. So Dante's just come out of pits. Oh, he might have got tyres. Might be a bit cold there. He's done well to get that going again. With Hayden behind. Might not have been Hayden. Alright, so Dean's still chasing down Barry. Looks like our closest battle here at the moment. There's plenty on track. Who's car number 8? Don, okay. So Don's in a bit of a sandwich here at the moment with Hayden chasing him down. But Don is chasing, he's battling with Jared. Jared's 30 seconds back behind. So both of them have had a pretty rough race this one. The mountain definitely bites, that's for sure. And when it bites hard, unfortunately, with those high speeds and concrete walls. There's not much you can really do about it, unfortunately. Oh, Hayden closes up that gap real quick. Let's see how he manages this. Yep, outside, inside. So that's the difference in pace. As they both run wide. Oh, hold on to it, Don. All right, so that's dropped Hayden back a little bit further off Tim now. And Dean's still chipping away at Barry. He's within that second now. So he's got the toe, so this will give him a nice little boost to catch up and go past. Barry, we're doing everything he can. He's got about probably 7 laps left on the race. But once somebody's got your toe, once they, you could be maintaining pace with somebody. As soon as they got your toe, yeah, it's hard to really hold them off around here. Got to focus on those exits. Got to make sure you get a really good exit every time, so to try and mitigate the effect their toe has. Because if they get a bad exit, then they won't be able to get as quickly up behind. But if you have a bad exit, then they'll get right up behind and just sail past, no worries. Oh, Barry looks like he has a bit of wobble into there. And just beyond these two is Ilias. He's just lingering in the background there. So anything happens to these guys, he's ready to pounce. So he's doing really well. P8 at the moment, and amongst these big dogs. 2.1k, he's really climbed that ladder. Let's jump back on Dean here. So he's 0.9 now, so next time down the mountain he'll gain another couple of tenths, and then so it'll probably take about 2 or 3 laps to get by.
Go work, John. Cheers, Jared.
It's like Jared's just letting John through. Alright, so they are teammates, these two, so it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds. Does Dean stay tucked in behind, or does Barry let up and let him through? Everyone should be good to fuel on the end. Ooh, Barry pitted lap 3 apparently. So they must be able to get full tanks if he's been able to pit that early and get to the end. Brendan McVicker pitted lap 1. Looks like Dean's just cruising behind. I don't think he's trying to save fuel or anything. He should be good to the end because he came in and did a second stop on lap 19. Should see Ilias in the background. There he is. He's only 10 seconds behind, so 1 spin. And that'll be a position for him. Oh, Jared Eastman's having a moment. Let's get on that real quick. Oh, he's backwards. Jamie's coming through. Alright, track's clear. Flicker around, mate. That's it. Good spin. Alright, let's have a quick look at what happened to Jared. Oh, that was, let's do that again, sorry. Just overcommitted. Really bounced off that wall, didn't he? And then as we saw, 50-point turn. Yeah, such a tricky car, especially around here. Bathurst is just, like we said, unrelenting. So, Dean's made the move on Barry. What's happened here?
Thanks, mate.
Alright, let's just drop back a lap. Try and see what happened here. So we are in replay mode. So Barry was behind. Must have had a moment somewhere. Let's just make sure we are. Yep, that's Dean. Jared's got himself a black flag for something. He's had a moment somewhere. Let's just watch this lap and see what happened. So this is replay. This is a lap prior. We're not live. Come up out of the cutting, all good. Oh, a bit loose. Oh, hangs onto it though. Wow, great save. You see all the smoke left over from Jared. Alright, well now we know what happened. Got super loose. And now it's his turn to chase down Dean. Alright, where's our race leader? Here we go. 6 minutes 10 to go. So we've got about 3 laps to go. And Tim's looking pretty comfortable out front with an 8.5 second lead to Hayden behind. He's not too far back. He's still within range. If Tim has any mishaps, Hayden will be right there. And then John's about 40 seconds back behind these guys, so he's in the chase at the moment while they're heading up through Griffin's Bend. And then behind John Akers is John McHenry. So he's in striking range as well. And then behind John McHenry, we've got Jamie Fleming. So they're all sitting there. They're all within those 10-second markers. So any of these guys has a mishap, it'll be a free spot for any of the guys behind. And we've got a bit of a drop back to Dean, who's in the chase at the moment. And he's starting to pull away from Barry behind. But Ilias is closing that gap to Barry. Oh, commentator's curse. Commentator's curse, right as I say it. Let's see what happened to him. Just got on it way too quick. So easy to do, unfortunately. Well, that'll drop him back a little bit, but he's looking pretty clear. The car behind Grant's about another 12 seconds behind him. So where's he at the start-finish line? And then Sean, 10 seconds back again. Got to be risky on those marks. And then Brendan looks like about nearly 2 minutes behind, so a full lap. But he's still out there, still pushing hard. I've got him as pitting on lap 1, so he's still going. I wonder if he's got the fuel to get to the end. Look at that commitment. Yeah, he's finding his line. And then Don Pittman's, he's another, nearly almost a minute behind Brendan, so he's 2 laps off the leaders.
So,
which leader's just in front of him there actually, so that'll save him a bit of fuel in any case. Jared's had a rough race. It's Grant behind. Oh, what's he doing to get another lane? Just making that easy overtake for Grant. And then I think Blake has retired. Maybe he's got some repairs he's trying to get cleaned up. So yeah, it's all happening. Oh, Barry's car looks a bit worse for wear. Sean's had a moment. Let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, corner exit. Such an easy one to make. Alright, back to live. So that's Tim Hancock in front of him, our race leader. So this time by maybe the last lap. I don't have any graphics to show me, unfortunately, when I'm not racing. Yeah, less than 2 minutes to go. This has got to be the last lap now. Alright, so our leader's on the last lap. Someone's in the pits there. Who's that? Jared? And then how far back's Hayden? Just crossing the start-finish line. So still in striking range again. But last lap is Tim's going to have a pretty big incident now for him to catch up. John, he's a fair way back, so he's pretty comfortable in third at the moment with John McHenry. About 8 seconds behind again. Yeah, there's no one really near each other. Jump on Sean Memlo's. Cruise behind Tim. I've got Brennan circled for some reason. I'm not sure why he's circled on my mini-map, but we'll stay on him for a moment. He's got Grant chasing him down at the moment. So that'll be Grant making a pass for his, just trying to lap him for the first time. Oh, car 34. What's Sean done? Just an off tracks, probably letting someone through. We can have a really quick look. Oh no, big moment down here through Skyline. Didn't lock a wheel, but he did drag it a little bit, so good control on that one. Alright, let's get on to Tim. He should be crossing the line in a moment. I believe this is the checkered flag. Well done, Tim. This is his first round in this series, so that's a good outing for him. P1, well done. Are we going to see some light flashing? No, not today. And Hayden comes across the line. Oh, his car's busted up as well. He might have been pushing that last lap. Hayden Smith in P2, well done. Alright, we drop back to John Akers coming down the Conrod. Down into the chase. So quite a back gap back to him, about 40 seconds off the leader he was. But well done, John. John brings it home in P3. And then behind him, John McHenry in P4. Look at that, he was right there. He was right there. Great drive, mate. And then Jamie Fleming also just right there as well. It's always 1%ers. If they could have just done a little bit more early on, you know, you don't know what could have happened, but then they could have also overdone it. But well done, Jamie on P5. Where's Dean? Here we go. Going down the last corner now. Dean finishes in P6 after starting on pole. And then Barry. P7, well done. And then Ilias. Still in a lead lap, doing really well with a clean car. P8. Great job, mate. And then Grant, our final car on the lead lap. Just behind Brendan McVicker there. As Brendan also finishes his race. And well done, Grant, in P9. Alright, let's jump onto our race leader. Alright. Well done, everyone, for racing today. And I hope everyone enjoyed it. We are the Aussie Endurance Series. We are a league more devoted to more of our beginners and our rookies. We're trying to help train and develop our guys so that they can, learn how to get into the big rigs. And so you start with us, do as much as you like here, and then once you find a league you want to settle into, you can head on over there. But if you are interested in racing with us, I'll give you a link. If I can find my cursor. If I could find my cursor, there it is. So if you do want to come have a race with us, that's our Discord. Come and say hi. Otherwise, for us, our next race, if I can find it, here we go. Information, season schedule. So the next race in this series, in the Porsche Cup series, will be at Virginia International Raceway. That'll be a tricky one. That's a very winding, tight course with not much runoff. Cheers, Nathan. Next race in our league is Wednesday night in our GT4 Rookie Series, and that's at Algarve.
Thank you, everyone, for tonight. Everyone enjoyed themselves. We didn't get many more V8s, but it's a good racing out there, and the walls were not friendly. See you all next week. I can't remember where we're at next week.
Don't worry, we know. All right, thanks, everyone. We'll catch you all next time. Cheers, Nathan. Appreciate you, mate. And I hope we'll see you next week.